Good morning, guys. It's awesome to see you all today. I know I'm probably not the face you expected to see. Anyway, I'm kind of taking over this masterclass for Jason. He'll be back again. He is actually just hunting this week, and he let me take the air for him. So we actually related. I am his wife. He probably mentioned me multiple times during his masterclasses and different videos. So today I just wanted to tell you a little bit more about myself, my story, how am I doing that, what I'm doing, and what is all this business about. So my name is Maggie. Well, my full name is Margarita. Super easy to remember, the pizza or the drink. So I'm Jason's wife. I'm a mom of 8 kids, and I was actually the original founder of the side gig that turned into the companies that we're having right now. And the company we ran is Tech Translations. I'm sure you've heard about this already. So on this channel, we're just sharing our own experiences, our own struggles, like our own life. So I guess that's really what I wanted to tell you about today is just my life and my way. And if you want to hear more stories like this, make sure you subscribe to our channel. So let me click the next slide. So there's some questions that people always ask me. First thing is why in the world do I do that? And why do I do that? That's kind of like a hard one to answer, especially if you don't have the vision of your life. And a lot of times I think for women, that's kind of like that. For me, I'm the doer. Sometimes I just don't even think why, I just do. So good saying, I have my husband who is a visionary and he puts a vision for a family together, which I agree with. And this is easier for me to look back and say like, oh, actually, that's why we're doing this, especially when it gets hard. So we always wanted to work together and we make a great team. We have an amazing family, and I really cherish being with them at home, working from home, just enjoying the life and experiences all the changes in our kids and us ourselves. So when people asking why am I doing this, I actually love my life. Is it sometimes hard? Sometimes yes, but it's super, super rewarding. So the second question, and I'll just kind of read through the questions. I will not go through all of them right now because we will address them later on the later slides as well. So how can I work together with my husband? Great question. Actually, I know for a lot of women, this is really hard. Sometimes you just want to like go away, you do your thing, he does his thing, then you come back together and it's like, oh, let's just talk about our day. Well, for us, we do work together. And not always we work side by side because we have different projects, we run different meetings, but still, I love working with him. Um, just something I guess we just learn to work together. But it's a great blessing when you can work together, and then is evening you just discuss your accomplishments, or maybe sometimes even failures. But it's super awesome when it's something that you share. Um, the other one, how can we work from home? Like that's actually a really common question. Like, and I know the other moms that are even working with their husbands, but there's no way they can work from home just because it's so hard. You have kids, you have distractions, you have meals, you have always this mom, something, or just whatever. Like you need to pick up your mail. There's a delivery guy, anything. How do you do that? So in this masterclass, we also talk some about that. Like I have my own struggles also working from home, and sometimes I do enjoy getting out of the house just to kind of change the atmosphere, just reload, so you're not always stuck in one space. But anyway, I still really, really enjoy working from home. And then how can I be all three? Or is there some kind of role of those three that's really suffering? So I'm a wife, and I actually put it first because I think that is the most important. So many times we think that our kids actually is the most important, but then when you look back when you're older and you understand, well, the kids, you have them for a season. With your spouse, you're actually with a spouse for the whole life. At least that's my commitment and our value as well. So that'll be the first. Of course, I'm a mother, and then I'm also an entrepreneur. So how can you have all three and not feeling that you're failing in one, which is really common, I think, for all of us sometimes to feel like that. And then how do you feel that you can manage all three, actually do it well, and enjoy your life as well, not just feel frustrated and yeah, so I think just really important to balance all the roles you have. So now let's just kind of look closer at that. I also see actually my mom joined this this masterclass on the leadership of the heart. That really means a lot. You know, I'm close to my parents as well. That's some things that I do cherish. And like my parents are here supporting us, you know, helping with the kids sometimes when the help is needed. So thank you, mom, for that part. Um, all right. So okay, now let's go back again. So who am I? So my name is Maggie or Margarita, like I already said, and we run a multi-million-dollar family business. And so we work really hard on the culture. Actually, it's not just a common business for the money. It's actually just working on the culture and mechanisms that help us to maintain that and just help to maintain this amazing company. Not just amazing company, but amazing team of people that work with us. And to me, our company is way more than just a company or just a job or, you know, just something that to go 9 to 5 every day. It's um it's a family. I mean, I call it the Tiger fam, you know, like I really think that all the people work with us, they're just really close to my heart and they're way more than just people working for us. Okay, I see a question from Jason. Okay, so yes, that's what we'll be discussing. So could you work with your spouse without going crazy? Great question. Actually, you need to ask Jason sometime. And the questions as well. How is it to work with me? All right, now let's just dive into my personal stories. Okay, the story of my life, let's say like this. It consists, of course, of many small stories. So, first, I was born in a very small country, far away from the US. And usually people don't even know this country. It's a country of Latvia, it's 2 million people. And if you just look at the map, it's on the northeastern Europe. Oh, sometimes I say it's Eastern Europe. And of course, it was a part of Soviet Union. I was born in 1986, so I was still born in the Soviet Union. My memories of it are very, very dim. Like I don't remember a lot. It was already a time of change. I mean, the whole country collapsed when I was 5. So obviously, my memories are very, very dim from that. I remember one thing that they brought chewing gum, you know, that was illegal to sell, and they saw like sell in the black market. And I remember getting the chewing gum one time and just felt so awesome. So why am I telling this? So I was raised and I went through so many changes in my life. Like sometimes talking to my husband, I was like, you know, I've lived through multiple currency changes. And in the US, I mean, there's nothing like this, you know, in the recent history. So I've lived through multiple currency changes, multiple systems collapsing, multiple crises, you know, like living actually when we felt like we just need to survive. I mean, I was little, my parents did an amazing job. So I never felt like I had a bad childhood, but it wasn't easy. I mean, it was hard. Like, they lost their jobs. Like, the nice jobs that they had, they were gone. So then you just need to find out some kind of like, find where can you belong, what can you do, where can you work, and it was not easy. So anyway, as I was growing up, we also had the golden years of our country, which was about like 2005. So that was right when I was 19. So probably would be like doing some side gigs and stuff like that. But it was so great years in the history of our land that a lot of people felt like they don't need to work. A lot of young people, you know, everybody wanted to pursue higher education, and pretty much parents just said like, okay, the main thing you do is that you go to school and that's your work. And like, you don't do anything else. You go to school, you do maybe some extracurricular activities, and then you go to the university and that's all you do. Like, you do not take any side jobs. Well, I was very different all the time. I also have a degree from the university, um, just a bachelor's degree. But anyway, all the time starting in high school, I would always find some kind of small side gigs. Like it would be just small things. Like I was babysitting, I was organizing events, I was, doing being the entertainer at kids' birthday parties. I was picking cherries. Like it was whatever random stuff I could find. So I would always have my own the side gig going, and I would always have my own money. Actually, when we got married, I had even a little more money than my husband, who wasn't there for some time. So yes, I was doing all that stuff. Then I was going to Finland as well as an exchange student. I found some different job opportunities there. They were just kind of small things. So I just always felt like I want to do more. I want to do some kind of side things. I want to do more than just going to school. So that's what I did, and I was really successful, very, very busy life. I mean, me at my early 20s, because I got married when I was 21. So me in my early 20s, it was super, super full life. Like I would be leaving house at 7 in the morning. I would be coming back at 9 p.m. I mean, I had all the jobs, I had the church, I was like everywhere. Um, Anyway, after that, the huge change came to my life, and that change was getting married. I never thought I would move to the US. I never thought about this. I thought I'm fully, fully European. Just I don't know. That's all I knew. Even though my uncle lived in the States already at that point, but that's all I knew. I was used to all my stuff. So I'm getting married. Moving to Germany, not a huge change there, I guess. I mean, still Europe, but living with Americans, being on the base, and it was Ramstein Air Force Base, so it was just amazing community, but it was hard to adjust at first. Just everything changed, and even at that, like those, I guess I stayed at home for a couple of months, and then I got a great friend, and she was like, "Well, maybe we should do some kind of, like cleaning houses." I'm like, "All right, why wouldn't we do it? Let's try it." She also just got married. She was also wife of a Air Force guy, so we kind of worked together. Some house I cleaned by myself. Then we made tiramisu, we made lasagnas, like just did all kind of stuff. So even there, I managed to get really busy. Um, so that just kind of was always my life, just finding something, doing something, getting some extra money. The other thing that was kind of even funny is that we flipped multiple cars while we're in the Air Force. I actually just got my license, and the first vehicle I bought, I went there with my friend and our baby, and I was like, okay, just watch the baby. I'll go test drive this car. I had no idea about cars. I went to test drive this car. There was just some kind of a crazy, tiny Mazda. And I was like, okay, I don't know how it's supposed to sound. It sounds a little crazy, but okay. And it smelled like smoke. And we just spent days and days just to make that smoke go away. And then we sold that car to another guy who also was in the military, and he was smoking. I was like, oh, wasted all this Febreze just to make this car smell better, and just goes back to a smoker. Anyway, so just all this kind of side hustles were just with me all my life, pretty much. And then I started working as a translator, and just kind of also doing some small projects on the side, working with one company, and I just kind of kept it going the whole time. My husband got out of the military. I still kept my small side gig, just making $500 to $1,000 a month, and I'm okay selling this. Then some I need to pay to the couple guys that were helping me. So I worked on that, and well, then we kind of just my husband, he worked with his family and their family business and AC, and there was a moment in our lives that we understood, like, okay, so this chapter of our life is closing. Like, what do we do? Do we does he just go and find a job? Um, Maybe we could open our own dental lab, because that's what my husband was doing before. And then there was like a sort of tiny, tiny option is like, okay, I had a side gig for, a couple of years at that point. I had a couple of clients that were just not so big. So should we just go and develop that? So we can both work in this and develop that. So it took a lot of prayer. It took a lot of faith, because at that point, the business was nothing. to support anyone. I mean, it was just like entertainment money, like going out to eat money. It was definitely not something that we could live on. So we took that courage, we took that step, and actually we're like, okay, so this is a point where we're switching. We will actually work with this company and we'll make this company work. I mean, if it doesn't work, well, okay, then we just fail. And he goes, finds a job, and I stay home with the kids. And in that one, let's switch to the next thing. So at that point, it was working together with my husband. Gotta do work, especially those first days. I mean, we worked crazy hours. We lived in Texas, still close to my parents' family. But the clients, they were from, some of them were from Europe. We had a client, and we still have the client, and that's over like 15 years. And that client was from China. So just imagine the time zone difference was crazy. And our days started like 3 a.m. And then we usually work till like 6 p.m. Pacific time. So 8 p.m. Texas time. And still after that, somebody could call us, just like we did so much outreach. We just talked to so many people. We bid on every single project that was available. I mean, we worked super hard. And in that one, that was the first thing when we had those different opinions with Jason. And not even opinions, but my thing is like, I'm the process person. I love to just work. I love to complete a project. I'm a great project manager. I truly believe that. So anyway, I hope our team doesn't think different way. But I managed projects. I ran those. And Jason was like, okay, we need to sit down. We need to write a vision. I was like, what? We don't need vision, we need money. We need sales, we need to call people, we need to reach out to people, we need to email, whatever we can do to get more projects. And it's like, you know what, if we don't write this vision right now, then it just we will not succeed later. Because you always feel like, okay, if I don't have time right now, I'll have the time for this, like, a year later. The year later comes and you do not have time. And at that point, it's like, okay, so I was kind of like a silent contributor to the vision, I guess, because I'm just not a visionary person. But I'm great follower in that. Like I'm great follower for Jason. I really appreciate his input in the visions that he did, and even right now, years later, we still have that vision. Okay, maybe some things are adjusted because we just got more mature, just added some things, but it's still on our wall. Like you can still see that, and you can still see those points. And when the going gets hard, you go back and it's like, okay, why we're doing this? We're doing this because of these things. It's not just because we're making money, because you can so easily get lost in the business just making money, just like especially people like me, we're just really, really motivated by numbers. I love numbers. So I see numbers and like in my head, I just calculate right away what is the profits, what is that, what is that, and it's like it's just constantly going in my head. So for people like us to stop and be like, okay, let's write the vision. Well, vision is not all about numbers. It's actually just the same. And it's so hard to imagine. It's even hard for me to imagine my life, 10 years down the road. So I really appreciate Jason actually taking the time. We talked through that. And this is one of the things. So talk to each other. That's super important when you're working together. Actually talk. Some of these conversations will not be easy. They will not be like, oh, this is so sweet and so romantic. Definitely not. I mean, you'll be bumping heads, like there will be hard situations, but I think just talking to each other is super important. So even if it's uncomfortable, I know sometimes it's just easy to close up in your shell, but still just make that step, get over yourself and talk to each other and just see what do you even want. Even right now we're talking to some people and it's like the husband, he's just so ready to start his thing, like his training courses, and he's just so ready to do that, to go the whole way into that. And they haven't agreed with the wife, that that's what she sees, and they just don't have that united vision in that. So I think it's super important to talk to each other. So the next point I wanted to mention is find your roles. Like for us, the roles when we started was just very clear. Jason took care of all the vision stuff. all the big goals, all the strategic things. For me, I was just more on like managing stuff, actually as a daily operations. That's how we ran the company. I mean, of course, as you grow, your roles change, and I'm not in daily operations anymore. I, I do work a lot in accounting on that side and like meet with clients. So just understand what are the strengths of each other. Like, just see like the meetings, I know that for me, I love meeting with clients. I love meeting with people like that. For Jason, that's not his thing, but he does, like he runs master classes way better than me. Well, I just usually don't even do that. Anyway, then there's just like a lot of roles, but just understand. So you're just not constantly stepping on each other's toes. Like, okay, I do this, you do this. And of course, we work together, but we're just not working on the same thing and just frustrating each other. Understand each other's responsibility. And if you have given that responsibility away, don't always feel that you can do it better. If you split the roles and then you're just like, come back, it's like, no, wait, I'm way better at this. Like, it's not good. It's not motivating the other partner, or then later when you have a team member, it's definitely not motivating when you're constantly coming back saying that you're better and everybody's doing stuff wrong. Next point I wanted to address is that working together with your husband, working together with your family, people say take the hats off. People say, okay, this is my mom's hat, this is my wife's hat, this is my business owner hat, and now I take this hat off and I put this hat on, and like it works for some people. Yeah, it doesn't work for me. It doesn't work in our family. Really, like it's so rare when you can really do it. Like fully disconnect. Okay, now I'm fully disconnected from the business, and now I'm only this. Or I full disconnect from the kids. Now I'm only a wife. Like it's maybe great utopic idea, but it doesn't work. At least for me. So I'm just talking from my personal experiences. If you can do that, that's awesome. For me, it doesn't work. So for us, even when we go on a date, we can still talk about business sometimes. We can still talk about kids. We don't let us just make it like the stuff make us so upset that we just can't connect. But still, you just can't fully disconnect from those realities of life. So if you can, that's okay. Don't feel bad. I mean, there are a lot of people like that. Yes, they always train you, take off your hats. But in real, we're humans, and those hats are just stuck to our heads pretty well. So if you can do it, it's okay. Just don't let those hats control your life. I mean, there's still you. It's not just a hat. So you are controlling the hat, not that the hats are controlling you. Okay, the next point, I already talked about this. So create a vision. If you don't have a vision, it will be so hard. When the going gets hard, it's hard in the beginning, but it's not the only time when it's hard. It will get harder. It'll get way harder than the beginning. Then you remember those times in the beginning, it's like, man, it was so easy. Man, it was so much fun. Of course, it wasn't fun when you were there, but take the time and write a vision at that point. Don't just wait. It will never be time when you have the time to write a vision. And then you'll be so far on the wrong path that there'll be even no point to even write that, because you already got so far off. I mean, of course, you can stop, you can realign, readjust your life, but it's way better to write from the beginning. You can always adjust it later. Things change, their kids, their different, life situations, things will change, but still take the time to do it from the beginning. And then the other thing is that when you go into family business, for us at least, this is for the long run. This is not something that was just like, okay, let's just do it for a couple of years just to get by, and then we'll switch. You want to do it for the long run. It's not just for you, it's also for all the people who work with you. They can trust you. They know you will be there. You will support them. It's not something they'll just disconnect, turn off. Like we always get these messages. I don't know if you guys do that all the time, but it's like all the emails like, sell your company, sell your company, sell your company. It's like, no, we're not selling it. It's like we have the commitment to the company as well, to the people who work there. It's way more, like I said, it's way more than the money making. It's actually just a part of our lives. So our business, it's still important. We still feel responsibility for all the people who work with us. Yeah. So for the long run, let's see what's next. a lot of people are talking about how to work from home, and I kind of address those things a little bit. But let me just share my personal experience how I work from home. I'm not saying it's the best thing. I'm just saying how it's working for me, and it's working at this stage of my life when our kids are the ages as they are, when our business is the size as it is, and the commitments are the ways they are right now. So one of the very, very important things for me is keeping the schedule. I always thought I'm a free spirit till I started having the schedule. I love my schedule. Like every day we do the same thing. Wake up. We don't wake up early. That's not the vision for our family. So wake up, we eat breakfast. We always have nice breakfast. That's like super important. I don't know how you do it. Maybe you just, grab your coffee and you run, or you grab nothing and you run. For us, we understood like, okay, it's important time for our family as we're working and we're doing school from home. So it's important thing to connect in the morning. It's way more than just a meal. So our breakfast is always very nice. Like it's more like a Saturday breakfast every day. After that, we do school. I do school with the kids. Jason does a lot of his meetings. And then at lunchtime, before we eat lunch, I always go on a walk with the baby. And this has been a change from this year. So it's just way more than just going on the walk with a baby. It's actually, this is my time when I just refresh my brain. It's 1 hour. It's great exercise. It's about 5K to walk. So it's great exercise, getting some fresh air, refreshing your mind, and you're ready to rock again. Because sometimes it's just hard when you don't take a break. You just feel like you're constantly running, 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 and there's always the next thing. For a mom, there's always the next thing. It's just so hard to disconnect and be like, okay, so now I take time for myself. Some moms do that, and some moms do this really early in the morning. I try to do that as well, but now I have babies, so it kind of doesn't work like that. So anyway, schedule is important. To keep it, it just keeps you going without going crazy. So I think schedule is very, very helpful. And then the other thing, so once you get the schedule and you keep it, and it's like, man, it works really great, and you love your schedule, and then you need to be flexible. And for me, I know it's a great challenge sometimes to be flexible because I like to keep the schedule so much now that I don't like to be flexible. And I need to tell myself, like, wait a minute, it's not all about this, like life is way more than just the things that you're doing every day. So if we need to change, it's okay. It's okay to change. It's all right to be flexible. Don't make it a habit to every day change. Now nobody knows what to do. Kids don't know what to expect. Your team members don't know when they will see you, but be ready to be flexible when it's needed. The other thing is set boundaries. Like if I'm working, there are boundaries for our kids. Like they can come if there's a huge problem. If it's not a huge problem, if it's just a small fight that they had, like arguing about something, well, it's not the reason to come to mom and just start saying, that the whole world is collapsing, because it's not. Um, one was thing that we did actually years ago. It's been like almost 9 years. Is we got a house helper, and I guess this maybe goes to the boundaries as well. So for me, I understand my priorities are not always about cleaning the house or even having the perfect house, but especially cleaning the house, mopping the floors. Of course, we have a robot, but still, it's not perfect. You still need a person, that will help you with the laundry, that will help you do stuff. Not for everybody, okay? Not for everybody, but for us running a business and homeschooling the kids, we just understood that this is a necessity. Um, so we have a house help, and she's also kind of like a babysitter. Oh, some kids are older, so we don't need so much babysitting. But anyway, she's there, she's helping. I know I can go anywhere if I need to. I can leave the kids. There's an adult at the house, and she'll watch them, she'll play with them, she'll feed them. Nobody will starve, nobody will die. And our house is clean, our floors are mopped. So if you feel like you are just overworked, okay, just see if you have enough, if your business is generating enough, then maybe it's time for you to get the helper. Like, I know it's just for a lot of people, it's like crazy, and they're like, okay, why do you guys do that? But like, it's super helpful. Really, it's made my life so much easier. So it's like a house helper, but I guess I just call her also just my assistant as well. And with that, one time per week, we're actually going away from home with Jason. Sometimes it could be somebody with the kids, but usually it has actually been like this forever for us. Like Thursdays are always our days away from home. We usually do our business meetings there as well, one or two, sometimes three. But we also go to eat out. We also go for a walk, just the two of us. And it has been such a great experience, actually connecting with him, just having the time when you can breathe, when you can reload, doing school. Our kids also like they know we just do 4 days a week. Anyway, this is like been a great blessing. So it's kind of like a lot of people do the date night, but we just do that date the whole day. We also run all our errands on that day as well, but still, it's just nice when it just like nobody's bothering you. Still, there's work, okay? Still, people, of course, our team, they can contact us and we can connect to some clients if we need to. But it has been really great blessing just to keep that. And sometimes, you're like, well, why do you keep that? Like, I could do so much more stuff in the day, but the connection with your husband is super, super important. Always your wife. I mean, I'm not just talking to the ladies here. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to talk about is how do you do, um, I mean, how can you be a part of the team as well? Especially when you're just, sometimes someone considers a wife of the owner, or just a spouse of the owner. So how can you be a part of the team? The first thing super important is support the vision. Sometimes you're like, okay, just in all those small things, but make sure you support the vision. You actually believe in your vision, you believe in the company, and you support it. Then understand your role. So, what is your role in the company? I've actually struggled with this myself. Before, I was always a project manager for a couple of years. And then after that, the role kind of changed, and there other guys took it over. And for me, it was almost painful. Like, I loved project management, and I understood that I do not have time for it. And I was kind of failing in that position because I just didn't have the hours of the day. We had small kids, it was really hard, and I was switched to another role. Like I was doing the vendor payments for a while, and it was such a drag on me. Like it was so hard on me just because I could I just didn't have time. Okay, that's it. It was a lot of payments. I needed to zoom in one specific time. If there was some kind of issue with one of the kids, I couldn't do it. So I would every week I would feel like I'm failing. So I would need to catch up. I would need to catch up, and it was hard. It was hard, and then it's like, okay, so maybe this role is not for you, and kind of moved it. And so for a while, I just couldn't even understand. So what am I doing? What is my role in the company? Am I in leadership? Am I just not? Am I completely out? Now I just am clear, like I have my specific role, I have my specific meetings that I'm attending. I know where my input is needed, so I can dedicate the time. And it's important, just you don't want to feel like you're failing. You don't want to feel like you took so much on your shoulders that you just fail. And that's definitely not the feeling you want to do. You want to be successful. You want to reach your milestones, even if you are the owner's wife, or even if you're the owner's husband. You still want to feel that you are reaching those milestones and that you are successful. So, very important to find your roles and make sure that there's a role that you can actually do. Don't just take something that you can do and you just fail and you just feel miserable and then you just start hating the company. So, find the roles that you can do and fill the role. And if you cannot do that, maybe it's time to find more help. Maybe it's time to outsource some things. So many times I hear from other entrepreneurs that it's like, okay, I'm just, I work 16 hours a day and I still cannot catch up with everything. Well, find help. There are a lot of great people. And if you think that you are the best person in the world, well, that's not true. There are a lot of great people that can help. You just need to take time and find them. And then the other point I wanted to mention here with the team is be willing to serve. Sometimes there's this things like, okay, well, this is the owners, they come, and there's like, everybody needs to serve them. Just, or like, oh, this is the owner's wife. Like, okay, she's like, is this diva, she comes in, and so many businesses are like that we even know personally. And this is definitely not what you want to create. This is not the culture you want to create in your company. Like, I want my team members, our team members, to know that I'm there for them. I will support them. I'm definitely not feeling like I'm anybody superior. Like I will listen to the issues. We are genuinely interested in their lives. What's happening? What is the problems? What can we pray for? Where can we help? Just be genuine and like actually do care for those people. You know, God has entrusted that team to you, to your care, to your family. So just be there for them. Be ready to serve. Like pick up the pizza, make the meal, invite them to your house. Like don't just come there and expect them to serve you. Like serve them. And this year was actually so amazing. Like had my birthday and the team just gave me the present and the flowers and just this long speech, and it was such a blessing to my soul. And I just understood, like, man, I just love those people so much, and yes, I serve them, and this brings me so much joy. Is it always easy to serve? Like once a month I do for our team that, like, okay, we work mostly virtually, but sometimes we come together. So whenever those times when we come together, I love serving. Like, is it always easy? No. Is it always easy to cook for everybody? No. But I know that if I can do it for them and just make it nicer, I will do that. We have tried before just to order, takeout and just even bring it to our house. But then it's like, okay, it's more special if I actually invest my time and invest my love into that meal. So I started doing that, and I think it's a blessing for everybody. And it just shows that those people are close to my heart and I want to serve them. So don't be scared to serve, and also, just take on the responsibility. I think as a spouse of the owner, serve the team, and they will really appreciate it. So next is kind of like, okay, how do you live the life? Okay, so you have all your different roles, you have your team. So how do you function as a family when you have this business? I think it's important to remember that you always need to prioritize. You will never be able to chase every single star there is. You will never be able to achieve everything, get every deal, get every sale, attend every event that your kids want to go to, make every single trip. So prioritize what's important for you, what's important for your family. Uh, like right now, we're doing Advent. There's so many things you can do for Advent time with your kids, with your family, but you pick one thing and you do that. You know, don't try to chase every single event, every single thing you can attend, everywhere to go. Prioritize and make those things that you're doing, make them count. If you pick one trip and this trip is not the dream Disney vacation, it's fine. You don't need to do every single vacation you can find, but make the trip count. Do your best in the trips that you have chosen. Same with a company, like make sure you put those priorities and not just chasing every single thing there is. And then with the kids, so many times we as parents want our kids to reach our own dreams. Like I've seen it time after time in family after family. Dad wanted to be a soccer player, that didn't succeed. His son's playing soccer, not because he loves soccer, but because his dad wants his dream to come to life. And he's not successful at the end. That was one of the things he actually started playing even for another country, but that was a really short contract and just died out. So now he's a builder. Anyway, let your kids just follow their dreams and develop those talents. Not all your kids will be the same. I know sometimes it's even like you think like, man, I want all my kids to work with me. I want all our kids to work in our business. And I would love that. I would love all our kids to work with us. But I don't know if it's possible. I don't know if every one of them will enjoy that. They're all different. Like our oldest son, he loves machinery. He loves big stuff. Well, we're in the digital world and in digital services. So I don't know if he will enjoy working with us, and I don't want to push him doing stuff that he does not enjoy. I really want him to develop in the skills that he has and the talents that God's given him. And if it's not with us, okay, we will help him, But don't just try your own dreams realize in your kids. Just make sure that you help them to develop their dreams. The other thing in the family that's very important to us, how we make our family run, is we have those rituals and traditions that we follow. The kids know that they're there. That's also their safety. Like, like we have breakfast together. We sit at the table together. Lunch maybe can be more hectic, but at breakfast we're all there. We have our Bible time in the evening. Was a time of reflection, was a time of songs, and all the kids know that they will be able to pick their song. Even when we have guests, we still do that. I know some of the team members have experienced that as well. Yeah, so it's just really sweet time. They know that it's coming, and it gives them safety. It's the same safety in your marriage. I know sometimes you're like, okay, I have so much to do. Like, okay, like just run, 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 run. And in the evening, I still have projects to do. I still have emails to send. Yes, but I still stop at that time, those 30 minutes that we're doing that family time. And I do not pick up my phone. I do not send the emails. Nobody's dying. Like, it's not like we're, saving lives of people. It's just the digital services. So it's important to keep those for the sanity of the family, of the kids, and of you yourself. And then the last one, I think you have seen this a lot on this channel, is take vacations. We have worked multiple years without vacations. Like, we're building a house. It was just so hard. Like, we just worked. Like, we worked at the company and then we just worked building a house. My husband and a couple guys actually built our house, and it's just really amazing house. It did such an amazing job. My husband, I don't know how he persevered, but he just did it. Like, he's just an awesome guy, really. So, and then we came to the point like, okay, we're getting worn out. Like, we need to have this breath of fresh air, new perspective. It's not like you will disconnect. It's not like you will take all your hats off and now you're just gone and you're just like in this la la land. No, but it's still important to take vacations. They don't need to be fancy. They don't need to be, amazing 5-star resorts. I mean, if that's what you like, we like to go to Turkey. We like to, travel in the States. So different vacations. Like, my husband likes hunting, and that's what he's doing right now. And it's like, I would not do that. It's not my style vacation. It's cold. It's freezing. Not my cup of tea. But I know that for him it's great, and it just works well. So take the time off. Make sure you can do that. Make sure that people that actually can run the company without ruining it. We've tried it some years ago when we left the company, and actually, as we're coming back, the one guy just quit because he just couldn't work with the main guy who was in charge because he was too hard on him. Like, anyway, make sure that you guys are ready to cover up for you when you are not there, and that you can actually take vacations. And it's not the vacations that will be constantly on the phone, constantly on the computer, constantly emailing and calling and working. You know, just build your business and your lives a way that you can actually do that. I think it's really important. It's a great investment in your family, in your kids, and in your relationship with your spouse. So that's pretty much all I wanted to share. I know there's like way more, and we could dive deeper in any of those sections, like how we prioritize, how we structure the day, how we work together. Of course, we could do this all, but it would be way too much for one masterclass. So, as I'm wrapping it up, I just wanted to mention one of the quotes from Henry Ford. And I said that coming together is a beginning, staying together is progress, and working together is success. So, is it always easy? Definitely not. Is it rewarding? That's really rewarding. It does take a lot of investment from you yourself. It does take a lot of growth. You will need to change. You cannot just stay the same all the time. It is a progress. It's not easy, but it is a great success. It's a great reward. So I just want to say that it's amazing to work together. I really appreciate working together with my family, working together with my husband, working with this amazing team. And I think that you can do it too. So if you need advice, if you are somewhere in you hit the roadblock and you're like, okay, I don't know, this family business just doesn't work. Like we hate each other now. So what do we do? Write a comment. Like we are here to help. Like actually, if there's something can help somebody, if we can encourage somebody, we would love that. So sometimes don't hold it in. If there is a problem and you think it's just unsolvable, just ask somebody for a different perspective. We're here. I mean, you have friends, ask them, but running a family business is a great blessing. So thank you guys for being with us today. Like and subscribe Jason's channel, and I'm sure I will see you again. And yes, thank you so much. Actually, Jason wrote that that's a lot of value. So, and please like the stream, subscribe to the channel so we can help more families. If there is a family that needs help that just show them. If we can help anybody in the world, we would be super happy if this information is helping somebody.